recent years, there's been a disturbing rise in mental health issues within the finance industry, from depression to heart attacks to the untimely demise of, certain people working in the industry, jumping off of buildings, things like that. You've probably heard in news over the last few years. So what's exactly going on in this industry? Why are people who are supposedly incredibly wealthy, high paid, high status, why are they ending their lives? Why are they falling into depression or substance dependency and all these type of issues, drug issues and so on. So in this video, we're going to explore why, and we're going to have a few solutions to resolve these issues. So point number one I want to make is this recent article you can see in front of you right now, which is this workplace conditions and how they are quite challenging. This former Goldman Sachs recruitment head, Ian Dodd, in this public article we have here, he's suing the investment bank Goldman Sachs for over $1 million because he is alleging that he was dealing with difficult workplace conditions, excessive workload, lots of workplace stress, causing heart attacks, depression, and leading to suicidal thoughts. So what could be so difficult to deal with in that workplace environment that's leading to this type of issue? Now, this guy is not working on the trading floor. He's not working in a sales and trading role, managing billions of dollars, doing multi-million-dollar trades. He's working in the recruitment team in HR. And you could think, that's relatively an easier job. But you can see how toxic and difficult the workplace environment can be in general, not specifically targeting Goldman Sachs here, but they can be quite difficult, not just on the trading floor or in the investment banking office, but just in general, because you have these quite highly intense political environments, lots of people backstabbing, plotting on your own career, looking to get someone fired, or unfairly treating someone who's not that good at the job. They're a management favorite, so there's a bias towards promoting them, and maybe you feel you're getting treated unfairly at work. There's lots of gossiping and things like that. Lots of people using underhanded tactics to undermine you in front of senior management and make you look bad because they want to look good. There's all these types of different games that get played in the office environment, which is unfortunate, but something we have to kind of deal with, right? And now these court documents show that Goldman Sachs lawyers, they're denying putting any excessive pressure on this employee. They say that any stress this employee was dealing with was self-generated, and this employee, in this case, Ian Dodd, working in the HR department, criticized Goldman Sachs previously about their bullying culture and distress amongst employees. So it's very interesting how you have got this loyal employee, don't know how long he's been working at the company, but I assume some time, and the company's kind of washing them hands of them, saying, oh, you're criticizing our workplace culture. Well, we're going to say that, oh, if you're dealing with workplace stress, it's your fault, it's not our fault. So it's kind of like very disrespectful, I would say, but they want to not get caught up in, paying out to this employee who's claiming for compensation, right? They're saying that, any of their complaints about bullying culture at Goldman Sachs or distress in this type of finance industry scenario is they're disregarding it. Now, I've dealt with, and again, not referring to Goldman Sachs here, just talking about the industry in general, I've dealt with this type of bullying tactics, toxic managers, lots of workplace manipulation, a lot of the things I mentioned a few moments ago. I've dealt with all those things firsthand on the trading floor, in investment banking, and it's a very difficult environment because when you go to work, anyone goes to work, you want to go to work to get your work done. You're not going to work to create drama, create politics, suck up to your manager, parrot establishment politics. You're there to work. That's it. You're there to work, get paid, and move on with your life, right? And finish the day, go back to your personal life, your family, your hobbies, whatever, and come into work the next day, do your work for 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours, go home and get on with your life. But you have to deal with this type of very toxic environment. If you do escalate issues, and I've done things like this, escalate toxic workplace culture, feedback to management, HR, employee relations, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to help you. They're going to side with the management. They're going to act like it's your fault, and they're going to put you on a hit list. They're going to put you on a blacklist that is going to say, well, oh, you've raised issues, we can't really trust you. We're going to find some performance issue, some fake performance issue, and try to get rid of you from the company, right? So loads of underhanded tactics at play. They want you to put up with a lot of toxic things that could impact your mental health, your physical health, and just deal with it. Point number 2, how do you manage that type of pressure? Now, you need to give yourself extra time to do work. So what I mean by that is if you feel given a task, make sure you can negotiate that the deadline that is slightly extended so you have enough time. I would say always put in place a couple extra days to an extra week of time to do work tasks. Otherwise, you'll be under incredible pressure to do a lot of things in a very tight time frame. You don't know if other work tasks might get dumped on you in that short time frame. So you need to, give yourself extended deadlines, negotiate a slightly extra time to get work done if you can, so you can get work done and take it at your own pace that you can do daily. You don't want to be in a position where you're sprinting every day to get work done. When you're working for a major company and you're looking at progressing through your career, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You want to do a little bit, sufficient work each day to get through the day, not like burn yourself out. You don't want to be burning yourself out, sprinting, working at 110% effort every day, because that's not going to pay off for your health or for your mental health, your physical health, or for your career. So pace yourself, manage the pressure by giving yourself sufficient time to get work done. Don't take on too much extra work. You're always fed this thing in the finance industry where, if you work hard, you're going to succeed. It's not really like that. To a certain extent, hard work can pay off, but a lot of it is politics, who's sucking up to management, things like that. Those are the people that maybe tend to progress a bit faster, even if they're not great at the job. So I would say don't take on too much extra work, because the bonus you get at the end of the year is not going to reflect that. If you take on 50% extra work, your bonus might go up 5%. So 50% extra stress on work, bonus extra payment of 5%, it doesn't really pay off. So really pace yourself, only take on a little bit extra work, not tons of it, because you're not really going to get paid for it. And the third and final point is ensuring you set boundaries. You need to be able to leave work on time and arrive work on time. You don't want to arrive super early and sacrifice your sleep, or stay super late and sacrifice your evening, the time you might spend, the few precious hours you have each day to spend with friends and family. Or doing your hobbies, whatever you want to do. It's really your free time, right? So you want to set those clear boundaries. So then you have a reward for yourself. Maybe in the morning you go to the gym, in the evening you spend your time doing whatever you want, watching Netflix, playing video games, whatever. That's your free time, and you shouldn't really have to encroach on that too much just to keep your job. And if you're put in a position where your manager tries to make you feel guilty for leaving work on time or arriving on time, you have to push back in a nice way and say, I have other priorities outside of work, like family and so on. And also avoid unnecessary work events. So of course you go to socialize at work to a certain extent to maintain those healthy work relationships. Maybe go to the Christmas event, go to the occasional work drinks or work team event, but don't do it excessively every Friday night, every Thursday night. I see people do this. Their entire social life revolves around work, around people they don't like that much, but they have to tolerate to get their job done. You don't want to saturate all your time with work-related events. So just to finish up there, 3 key things when it comes to the mental health in the workplace environment in the finance industry. Point number 1, the workplace environment is challenging. You will have to deal with difficult characters at work. You won't get a lot of support from the company. It's really how much are you willing to grin and bear and put up with before you move on to your next role. Point number 2, you need to be able to manage pressure by giving yourself sufficient time in terms of deadlines, and also not taking on too much extra work that you're not going to get paid extra for. And point number 3, set clear boundaries. Arrive to work on time, leave work on time, and avoid any unnecessary after work events where you're not getting paid for essentially spending more time around work colleagues. I hope you found that video helpful. Feel free to check out the 2 relevant videos on your screen right now, and the free ebook in the description. I'll see you in the next video.